Hello, and thank you for tuning in on today. Today, we are going to talk about how to make a man fall in love with you naturally without forcing anything that is not meant to be so that you can hear those three words. What are those three words? I love you. But first, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification button down below. Unfortunately, guys rarely show their emotions. And as I've already stated, sometimes guys just need a little push. But if you stay with me, I'm going to give you ladies the 411 on how to make a man fall in love with you naturally so that you can hear those three words, which are, I love you. You cannot make a person do or feel anything. So with this being said, I know there are all types of videos out here on how to make a man fall in love. Well, I beg to differ a little bit because you cannot make a man do or feel anything that he does not want to do or feel. So today we're going to look at how to make a man fall in love naturally without forcing him to do anything that he does not want to do. So first things first, I want you, ladies, to be yourself. That means authenticity. Be yourself. Don't be someone that you're not. Don't try to be something that you're not, because it's too hard to keep up with that because you're pretending. And that means every time you come around him, you're going to have to pretend to be something that you're not. So authenticity would be the first thing that I would say is so important as it relates to allowing a man or aiding a man in falling in love naturally without forcing him to do anything that he doesn't want to do. Let him see your true nature, your true self. It's called authenticity. That's first things first. Be yourself. If you're going to be yourself, I think what's important that a man needs to take from the understanding of you being yourself is trustworthiness. Men want to know, can he trust you? And you're asking him to trust you with his heart. In other words, you're saying, give me your heart. And he wants to know, if I give you my heart, can I trust you with this heart that I'm giving to you? Trustworthiness is so crucial. It is key because a man wants to know, are you trustworthy? And so I don't know, how will you answer that, ladies? Are you trustworthy? Can he trust you with his heart? Do you deem yourself to be someone trustworthy? Because that is so important to a man as it relates to him being pushed a little bit, so that if he's being pushed a little bit, you want to be able to show him that you are trustworthy. Now, we started off by saying first things first. You got to be authentic. Now, he needs you to be authentic, but he also needs you to be trustworthy. I think a kinship to trustworthy is honest. A man wants to know, are you honest? One of the questions that I always ask a lady in an encounter is, I want to know, are you loyal? Can I trust you? And are you honest? Why is that so important? Honesty, they say, is the best policy. So when you have a conversation with him, remember, be yourself, but also be honest. Be honest. Because if you're going to be yourself and if you're going to be honest, then that means honest requires that you just tell it like it is. Tell it like it is. A man actually likes a woman who can tell it like it is. In other words, that means you're not sugarcoating it. You're not just saying what he wants to hear, And you're not just saying what you think he wants to hear, but you're being honest. And a man can completely, totally respect a woman who can be honest. So tell it like it is. Okay, now, in your mind, you might say, well, what if he doesn't like it? Well, what if he appreciates it? Because a lot of times when you're dealing with the man, you're dealing with his ego. And because you're dealing with the male's ego, most people in his circle will protect and prevent his ego from being bruised. But if you're a woman who can tell it like it is, then what that man is going to see is he's going to see authenticity. He's going to see honesty. And so be honest. Don't be afraid to tell it like, but what if he doesn't like it? I'm not saying intentionally hurt his feelings. What I am saying is have an opinion. Let him know that you have your own opinion about situations, about circumstances, about things that matter. You have a say-so in things that matter. And when he finds out that you're honest, he can trust you in things that matter. So now look how all of these begin to play. You're authentic, you're trustworthy, he can trust you, and you're honest. So because you're authentic, trustworthy, and honest, he can trust you in things that matter. Another thing that a man likes, this is so easy to do, is a man likes a woman who smiles. Just smile. And a man likes to feel that he can make a woman smile. He wants to know that he can make you smile, and he wants to see you smile. Nothing worse than seeing a woman who is always frowned, never has anything good to say, always frowning, and just looks like she's never happy. That puts a man on the defense. A man is on the defense because here you are, you're not happy, you're not smiling. Maybe you are happy, but he doesn't know because you don't show it. Smile. That's the easiest thing to do. Just smile. And I'll tell you something else that will help push a man along a little bit as it relates to making him fall in love with you naturally and organically, so that you can hear those three words being, I love you. Something else will push him along? When you laugh at his jokes. He wants to know and feel that he can make his girl laugh, especially when he tells a joke and she laughs at his jokes. It makes a man feel so good that his girl, his woman, his fiance, his wife thinks he is funny. So smile. Show him that you have a sense of humor. This is huge. This is probably really big. And this is something that's probably going to take a lot of work, is don't be too available. What does that mean? Don't be too available. That means every time he asks you to let's go somewhere, have a schedule of your own. Oh, I can already hear you. You're probably saying, well, that's going to turn him off. No, it's not going to turn him off. Why is it not going to turn him off? It's not going to turn him off because a man likes to feel that his girl also has her own itinerary and has her own thing going. And she's just not so clingy and so needy and always clinging to him. So don't always make yourself available. Don't make yourself too available, okay? Say something as if let me just check my schedule. In fact, I think that's a girls' night for the girls. We're going to go out that night. I'm telling you, a man can really appreciate that. Why? Because it allows him to feel like you're doing your thing, and then he doesn't feel like you always have to be with him when he wants to go and do some things. So now, that takes trust. That goes back to what we talked about just a little while ago. That takes trust. He wants to feel like he can trust you. So it takes trust, because it's that independence versus interdependence, okay? Independence versus interdependence. And sometimes it takes a little time, it takes a little work, it takes a little effort, and it takes some energy to figure out how to weave the two. still have some independence, yet there's still some interdependence. And so it takes a little time to figure out how to do that. But that is a great recipe. Don't make yourself too available. But there's a fine line here. It's not about playing a game either, because we don't ever want to turn this into a game or gimmicks. We want to keep this as authentic as possible, because remember, we started off again by saying authenticity. So we don't want to make this a game. We don't want to turn it into a gimmick. But make sure that you do not make yourself too available, so that when you guys do come together, you really, really appreciate each other's time. And you guys value the time that you have together. It means a lot to the both of you, okay? So don't make yourself too available. This is one that I actually like. I love to hear compliments. I know you ladies love compliments, but can I tell you something? Men love compliments too. We love to be complimented too. Because when we compliment you, it puts a smile on your face. But when you compliment us, it too puts a smile on our face. What does it mean to you when a man compliments you? Well, think how much it also means to a man when that male, or that man rather, compliments you. It makes you feel good. Can you only imagine what it makes a man feels like? It makes a man feel just as good as it makes you feel. Compliment him. Compliment him. Let him know you like that suit on him. Let him know you love to see those jeans on him. Let him know you love it when he wears that t-shirt. Let him know you love it when he wears that t-shirt and you like to see his biceps and triceps come out. Let him know that you love to see that pair of shoes on him. And nobody walks like he walks, and nobody talks like he talks. Compliment him, because you love to hear compliments. Men love to hear compliments too. I'm telling you, you can't make a man love you, but with these tools that I'm giving you, you can make a man love you naturally without forcing him to do something that he really doesn't want to do. It's just a natural progression. It's a natural flow, because I'm all into the organic. I'm all into the natural. So you want this to be organic and natural. I know there's a lot of videos out how to make a man love you. You can't make a man do anything that he does not want to do, but you can push him along. And in this journey begins to be a progression, but the journey begins to have some sweetness to it, because you can kind of see where it's going, because your efforts are now paying off. You're taking the time, and you're making the time to do those little things. Just like I said, smiling means a whole lot. I think one other thing that we would probably have to add into this big picture is listen to him. Listen. Don't be so quick to always talk. You know, I know men have egos, and a lot of times women women say, he's not talking. I don't know what's going on in his heart. I don't know what's going on in his mind, because he's not talking. Well, when he does decide to talk, listen. Listen. I know women talk more than men. You know, there's an old saying that said, if you ever want to get a message out, they said you get a message out by either telegram, telephone, or tell a woman. Why? Because they say that women talk. And so we understand that women are emotional, and so you guys are emotionally driven. Men are ego driven. So because women are emotionally driven, you talk more. You share your emotions. Because men are ego driven, men don't always share. But when he decides to talk, listen to him. Don't be so quick to want to talk over him. Listen to what he is saying. Even if he's not saying a whole lot, he's saying something. So it warrants that you listen to what he is saying. Because if you listen to what he's saying, I can assure you he's saying something. Now, men talk. There are two ways that men typically talk. One is with our body language. We move our bodies, we talk with our bodies, and so you have to now try to start paying attention to the body language. So when you can pick up what he's saying without saying it, that's one thing. But when you can hear what he's saying when he is saying it without him saying a whole lot, that's another thing. So watch the body language, but listen to him. Listen to what he is saying. A man wants to feel like he's being heard. When a man wants to be completely available to you, he will be. But understand that it does take some energy, it does take some time, and it does take some work and some effort. And if you're willing to put the energy in, if you're willing to take the time, if you're willing to be patient, it will work, and you will be able to make a man fall in love with you naturally. That's the key. Naturally and organically, without forcing him to do nothing that he doesn't really want to do, or without forcing him to be into something that he really does not want to be in. So it takes a little effort, but if you're willing to put the effort in, it will pay off. As you go, you will grow. And when a man sees this, he will fall in love naturally as he sees this. And that's the key. When you go, you'll grow. Put the energy in, put the effort in, take the time, and don't be afraid to have patience and do the work. It takes a little work, takes some effort on your part. But when he sees this, he will fall in love naturally. If you have any questions about finding your twin flame, please don't forget to subscribe, and you can look me up. I'll be more than happy to address all of your questions as it relates to you finding your twin flame.